everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a magical day and this week's today even more magical because today I'm back. Finally. Yeah, I know it took so long. Okay, so first of all, you might see something very weird going on with my hair. There's nothing wrong with the camera. I dyed it purple. Very unexpected because I've never mentioned it. But throughout this year, I just came up with the idea. And I thought I'm dyeing half of it because if I don't like it, I can just wait for it to grow out and just cut it off. But I do like it, so also it does extremely match with this purple today, which is very funny. But yeah, so you're gonna see me with half purple hair from now on, like that. Okay, so today we're gonna be reacting to Dimash, Amor, and T. I hope I said that correctly. It is a concert one. It is quite small from what he regularly performs with. Very interested to see, well, small. A regular show is like 3 minutes. His is like 10, 11, 12. That's why I'm saying small. In length and stuff. So, still very, very interested to see what's gonna happen and what's going on. So let's go. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see. Volume here should be fine. If you're wondering, yes, university is over. Everything's done already, which I'm very happy with. Passed full points, all good. Going on for next year. Okay, go. Very dramatic, as always. Love that. Okay, so very, very interesting because until now we haven't gotten an extreme high note or anything, which is pretty nice, and I feel like it is how he regularly opens up. It's been so long, so I'm just picking up memories that I have from specific songs. So from like previous, I feel and I remember that he would drag it out from the beginning. He loves to drag it out, prolong it, held beautiful notes and all that. But we also have the fact that it's very soothing, very smooth, and very elegant how it just flows by. There's no distinct push. There's not too much of a push. Very controlled, very beautiful, very tidy.
Parte de un fin y que abrazar las botas para renacer, encontrar la luz que hay ansía la ver. Puedo comprender que estas tormentas negras son parte de un fin y que abrazarlas todas y la vuestra luz, alegría en las almas, paz, bondad, sin fin, sin fin. Cómpralos, quizás las puedas sentir.
Okay. Wait, because this is very interesting. So throughout the beginning, we have very nice low held notes in a really opera voice, low. And it's like for whole verses, which is really impressive. Then he switches up a bit higher, um, just a bit of a different key, not a bit of a different key, just a bit of a different melody, tiny bit higher. And then we have this new version, which is higher, distinctly higher. Yep, hitting the high notes. I suspected it. This is very interesting. I wonder why they chose to have it presented like this. I'm guessing it's also part of the meaning of the song, which I'm very open to listening to in the comments. Very curious. Oh wait, we finally get to see him before real life. This is really interesting because they started the whole performance with 3 pre-recorded holograms, screen presented holograms in a way, projected videos. So if there's 3 different colors, there's 3 different representations. I'm guessing I'm guessing the red for all the high notes and whistle notes are up there just because of like the chaos it's about to unravel or something. It's part of like the I'm guessing like okay, let me think, because the first one was very low, second one very high. That antithesis, that's why they're black and white. And then we have the red, which I would suspect it's either to showcase the difference between the two. So it's the aggression, the power of also the voice being the high notes, being those like more whistle bass notes. And then we have him starting to sing, and I'm very interested how different it's gonna sound. Because until now, they have a very distinct difference between them, but to add the actual real life Dimash performing, is he gonna blend all of these just to present him as like I perform it as all these people, as all these voices? Like it's all me. I'm curious, and I'm guessing there's an even deeper meaning stemming from the lyrics and everything. Okay, this is so interesting because he's basically like presenting this whole thing as like, I don't need backup singers, I am a one-man show, like I can do everything in all parts. And he's not wrong, he has the voice for all lows, highs, whistle notes, backup vocals, everything you can imagine, and you can see it throughout this whole bit. It's so beautiful, it's so interesting just to see it. Also the blend of all these voices, just like how low, how high, when you have them all combined, it's so fun that you can hear the different voices at the same time when you hear each one of them, and it's so interesting. It just brings you, it just keeps the attention going. I've never even like thought of like thinking of something else. I'm like, oh wow, okay, now they're all singing all together. Like, how do I what do I listen to first? Oh, I can listen to actually all three of them at the same time. I'm hearing all three of them, all different parts right now, distinctly, individually, separately in my ears. How the heck this is happening, I don't know. But I am. So it's very interesting how they've managed to do that, how they've separated each vocal to go where. Also, this high note is beautiful. He doesn't push it too much. He just goes for a nice, sharp fade finish. It's like very, very nice. And then we blend back into those other vocals, which you wouldn't, I don't think I would imagine them all singing together. I was thinking more of like, let's say the one just jumps in, like the low vocal at the end, like it started to before I paused it. I was thinking of something like that, but all three of them combined, like I did not think of them just re-entering like that, which is very interesting. It's really, really cool because it's they're all singing the same part, and that's I think why I can hear all three of them, which makes sense. Because I just have to think of one part of the lyrics, and from there on you can hear distinctly. Okay, this is going higher, this is going really, really lower, and then we just have one really long held sound of the ending part of the lyrics, let's say. So it's really, 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 really interesting. The amount of times I've said really today. Because it just works, and it feels like you would have him sing, let's say, the lows for one part or the highs if it were just like a normal concert. And then he would come in, and then the backing vocals would come in as the low or the high, and he would fill in afterwards the long prolonged ending. But here he gets to enhance that by individually like making each part he wants, how he wants it. So he's basically getting a presentation on stage that he made by himself exactly how he wants it to sound, which is super interesting because we're getting for the few times from a concert exactly the vision of the voice of the singer, which is very, very special. Okay, let's see about like what happens in the end because I'm very curious. This is so interesting how he's made it. He could definitely just perform it normally, like just sing the main parts, have some backing singers, or just in the backing track having his parts that he wants. But he decides to present it this way, which is really, really interesting because it's also how your brain separates it when you're hearing singing. So when I'm hearing a person sing, I always like distinguish, oh, he's going lower now, oh, he's going higher now. So he's just divided it straight up into different people on a screen, which is really, really fun just to like see and imagine and like envision. And to see it happen, it's even more fun because, yeah, let's say that does happen because we just separate. We tend to make categories as people, just helps us distinguish things. And voice is part of what we categorize. So we categorize lower, higher, whistles, high notes, climaxes, all that. We just like to categorize them. But to come and make it and do it, it's just so interesting to see. It's done very beautifully, and I also love the ending just being deeper, adding a bit of a high note at the end, afterwards at the ending verse. Very, very nice. And that ending climax high note, very beautiful. And then him ending the whole thing. It's just really interesting. I don't know if he's also uh just like doing this to just it's a very curious choice to present something like this. I'm really not sure why he would choose to do this, other than the one I've mentioned, the reason I've mentioned, and maybe it's part of the lyrics. But yeah, other than that, it's just a very curious choice. And if you guys know, just let me know because it's very very interesting, like how he's chosen to present this song. Very beautiful song overall. Just has its very nice low notes, fills it in with not very many clean high notes, but when you do have high notes, they go up, they hold, and then they stop, they fade, which is very beautiful because it keeps that flow that you started with going. And since you have a pretty balanced song that tends to be nicely intact in one specific frame, having that change of like, oh, you have this guy, now I'm gonna bring this guy on the screen, and I'm gonna bring this guy on the screen, and then I'm bringing the actual singer out. Having this whole chaos happen gives you a chance to just like focus on both, because music's not too much. You know how it's going up. If it had too many high notes, I would be like, I don't know which screen is singing which part now because I'm getting lost. But because it's very nice and like controlled, I can tell, and I have the time to also comprehend what the heck's going on the screen. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications that will be sent. And I'll see you guys next time in my next reaction, hopefully on Friday. Hopefully. But yeah, for now, bye bye.